What is going on, crypto geniuses? This is Jake here with Thought Crypto, here for another Bitcoin update for you guys. I know it's been falling, it's below 10,000. How low is it gonna go? I'm gonna tell you, and I'm also gonna tell you how high I think it's gonna go. All right. So hopefully we can make you guys a little bit more calmer. Let you know that Bitcoin is not in a bubble and the bubble didn't burst. So let's get right on into it. All right. So if you guys checked out my last video, you guys will have seen that Bitcoin was forming in this symmetrical triangle and also forming into like a falling wedge, all right? So last video, my target was somewhere around $12,100. That's what the target we needed to officially break and close above, and we weren't able to do that. It only closed at around $11,958, all right? So we're about 100, 200 bucks short on that one. So it did end up breaking, hit the top, and it bounced back down, and now we're at a current price of $9,274. All right. So how much farther is this thing gonna go? So as you can see, over the past 2 months, it's been conforming inside of my boundary lines. Right. It's hit, it's gone up, gone down, but it's always stayed within my lines. And as it's doing now, it's literally right on my line. All right. So what's going to happen is you see how the gap is closing and it's closing very quickly. Well, that means that there's not much more room to go on this. So what I think is going to happen is I think that we're going to have a little bounce like that. And then we're going to have one more bounce down to about there. So that's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. That's what I think. I think it's going to have one more little pump up to about $10,100, and then it's going to have a crash down to around the $7,800 mark or so. All right. And why I think that is because if you look right here, this is a major support line for Bitcoin. It was an old high, and then it also found support here for a good week or so. Back here in November 20th, somewhere around there, November 20th, that whole week or so, it found support, right? So it's a major support line for Bitcoin. So I'm looking for it to hold that line, especially since there's not that many sellers left, guys. Like everyone has sold, that's gonna sell. All the new people that got in at 20,000 and were scared and they just sold it out. They already have sold all their Bitcoin. They're not looking to get back into this. They got scared. And then the Facebook FUD happened. Facebook banned crypto. So it made the price drop even more, freaked everyone out. So all they're doing is just weeding out all the sellers, and all the smart people who keep 10 to 15% of cash in their portfolio. They're waiting for times like these, and they are waiting to buy Bitcoin. And I'll tell you right now, they are doing what we call ladder. They're laddering in their buy. So some about 5% right here. And when Bitcoin drops even more, they're going to put in another 5-10%. And now they just got Bitcoin at a super cheap discount. And that's why you always keep cash on the side in reserve so you guys can be prepared for times like these. All right. So looking at this, we're going to have a bounce down to about 7,800. All right. And that will be the end of our correction. And once that happens, it will start working its way back up. So Bitcoin went through a cycle called the Elliott wave, and the Elliott wave has 5 waves in it, and then it will have what we call a ABC correction, all right? And that's what it's completing right now, an ABC correction. So with this is our micro, all right? This is what I call the micro Elliott wave, and the reason why is because I like to look at things on a macro scale, and the reason why I like to do that is because it keeps my emotions calm, keeps my emotions in check. This $1,000, $2,000 drop, it doesn't faze me, it doesn't bother me, because I know where Bitcoin is going in the macro terms of things long term, all right? So that's what I want to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys where this thing's going to be going. So this is, as you can see, I had our 1, 2, and then we had a really long, violent third wave. We went all the way from 6,000 to the tip here to 17,000. So we did almost 300% in this wave. All right. So now what I think is going to happen is it's going to do something like this. So in the macro of things, this was really our first Elliott wave, and now this is our second Elliott wave right here. And now I see Bitcoin. So Elliott wave has its own set of measurements that you follow, and according to these measurements, It's going to do something. We'll ignore the 5 for now because that's irrelevant. Because now we're going to be focused on this third wave because that's what's going to be happening right after this correction is finished, right? And you know, this third wave here, it's not going to go straight up, right? It's going to do what Bitcoin did here. It's going to go in its 5 waves, all right? So it's going to do something like this. But now you got to remember that the third wave in the Elliott wave is the most violent. It's the most profitable if you're in it, and it's gonna hit the hardest. All right. So right now, that's what I'm saying. Right now is a really good time to be in Bitcoin, and if you have some, or if you have some cash that you can put into it, wouldn't be a bad idea to hop onto Coinbase. So, all right. So this is what we're looking at for the third wave. So it's gonna do its 1, 2, big 3, 4, and then 5, and that will complete its third Elliott wave. And I see this third wave, I see our next apex of Bitcoin at $60,000. According to all my measurements and everything with the Elliott wave, we're looking at a $60,000 Bitcoin. So now you can see why I remain very calm in this market, because I see where things are going macro, right? I don't worry about the micro. It'll drive you crazy if you're focused on the micro and these little dips, $1,000 here. I don't care. Let it drop. I know where it's going, all right? I'm confident in where it's going. I'm confident in my technical analysis. That is why it's very important that you guys learn how to read charts, learn all the formations, and learn all this stuff, so that way you can keep your emotions in check and you can make a lot of money and you can predict where these things are going, all right? So this is where Bitcoin, I think, is going to fall to somewhere around 7,800, 8,000. You know, if I were you, if you're going to buy some, I'd put your order in somewhere around, 8,200 to 8,500 just to have a little cushion. Because when it hits 7,800, a lot of money is going to get pumped into that 7,800 because it's the low. Like millions and millions and millions of dollars are going to go into 7,800, and then it's going to boom, it's going to spike really hard, and it's going to begin this first wave, and it's going to go hard. And then you'll have a little correction and so on and so forth. All right, so that's it for the Bitcoin update. I think it's going to go somewhere around $7,800, and then it's going to next whole apex up to the third macro Elliott wave. I think is going to go to $60,000. All right, so if it does super big things. Now with technical analysis, it's super hard to, I shouldn't say super hard, it's tough to gauge timetables, but I think we'll see a $60,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. That's what I think will happen. If not, in a year and a half, somewhere within there, we will see a $60,000 Bitcoin. If you put in your money right now at 9,000, you're going to do about a 600 times, or I'm sorry, 6 times. So 600%, that's what you'll make off it if it goes to my prediction of $60,000 one Bitcoin. All right. So Bitcoin's here to stay. Crypto's here to stay. If you guys want to learn how to do technical analysis, learn how to read charts, keep your emotions in check, we do have online video courses at thoughtcrypto.com. You guys can go on here. We have an Instagram at thoughtcrypto. And if you guys could like and subscribe to our YouTube, that would be amazing, and we would really appreciate it. We're going to keep bringing out more videos for you guys, keep bringing you guys more value. Anything we can do to empower you in this space, we're going to do, and any way we can help you make some more money, that's the whole goal with it. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, amazing night, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much.